welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making Italian bread, 2 loaves of Italian bread. We have here in front of us the ingredients for it. Ingredients for our Italian bread is 6 cups of bread flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 packets of active dried yeast, in which we will add to 2 cups of warm water. Okay, we have our 2 cups of warm water, to which we're going to add our 2 tablespoons of sugar. Give it a stir to dissolve. Then we'll add our 2 packets of active dry yeast. Give it a stir to activate our yeast. The sugar helps feed the yeast so it can do its job better and make a good loaf of bread for us. Now we will take our mixing bowl over to the stand mixer and put all the ingredients together. Okay, we have our mixing bowl attached to our stand mixer. The stand mixer is fitted with a dough hook. We will add our salt. Let it mix. Incorporate the salt with the flour. Now we will add our yeast to the stand mixer. To our flour. We will also add our olive oil. And now we will mix for 10 minutes. When that's all incorporated and it mixes for 10 minutes, it will do the mixing and the kneading that we need to make a good loaf of Italian bread. Be back in 10 minutes. Okay, the dough has been kneading for 9 minutes, and it looks good enough to me, so we didn't need the full 10 minutes. As you can see, it's well mixed and kneaded. It's all pulled away from the bowl, so it's ready to put in the other bowl to rise. Back in a minute. Okay, the dough has been mixed and kneaded. We only needed 9 minutes for today. Sometimes it's a little different depending on the humidity. You need to mix it a little more, a little less. Sometimes you need to add a little more water, a little less water. All depends on the humidity. Today on the mix, 9 minutes seemed to be perfect. So now we're going to take the dough from our mixing bowl and we're going to place it in another bowl for it to rise with a cover. I put 1 tablespoon of olive oil in here, coated the sides of the bowl. That'll make it easier for the dough to rise in the bowl as well as not stick. We'll put the dough in there now. A little oil on our hands. We'll take the dough out.
Set the mixing bowl aside. Take the dough in your hands and just kind of form it into a ball. Just a little bit, only takes a minute or two. Not even that. So it looks like this. Okay, now we're going to put it top side down in the bowl. Give it a spin to coat the top so it doesn't build a crust on the top of the dough. Flip it back up so it's top side up. We'll leave it in this bowl for 1 hour to rise, and then we'll be back. Okay, the dough has risen for an hour. We're going to now take it out of the bowl and form it into 2 loaves of Italian bread. As you can see, the dough has doubled in size, as it should have. I'm going to knock it down. And put it on a floured surface, lightly floured. Just knead it a little bit. Form it into a ball. Then we'll divide it in half. Kind of spread it out on your work surface. Then you will take and roll the dough, forming it into a loaf. Stretch it out. Give it a little roll. Pinch the seam where you rolled it together. Tuck the ends. Re-stretch it a little bit. Looks nice right now. Make it as even as you can. And we'll place it on a foil-lined baking sheet. Okay, we'll do the same thing to the second half of the dough, and we'll be right back. Turn the dough into 2 loaves. It's been rising for 40 minutes. Now it's time to preheat the oven. We're going to preheat the oven to 400 degrees, and in the bottom of the oven we're going to add a small baking pan with 1.5 to 2 cups of water in it. to the bottom, put it on the bottom rack of the oven to create some steam. And the bread has another 20 minutes to go on its rise. By then the oven should be heated to 400 degrees. Back in 20. Okay, the dough has risen for an hour. Our oven is preheated to 400 degrees. Now we will take and put 3 slits on each loaf with a sharp knife, so it'll bake properly without splitting. And we will give it an egg wash. Okay, we've given it the egg wash. We've put 3 slits across the top. Now we will put it in a preheated 400 degree oven for 20 to 25 minutes. We will check it in 20 minutes. Now we're going to give it a check and see what it looks like. It looks nice and golden brown. The light of the oven is interfering with the quality of my picture right now. But I'm going to remove it from the oven and let it cool. Back in a minute. Okay, the bread is out of the oven. It's on the cooling rack. It's a nice golden brown in color. It looks very good. It sounds hollow to the thump, which that's how you test bread. If it sounds hollow, it's more than likely done. But if you're not completely sure, you could always take an internal temperature. Bread should be done at 190 degrees. But just thumping on it is more than a sufficient way to test. But like I say, if you want to be 100% sure, you can take an internal temperature. The center of the loaf should be 190 degrees. Okay, we'll let it cool for 30 minutes, and then we'll come back and slice it and have a taste test. Tastes really good. So, I hope you liked the video. If you could hit the like and subscribe button, it would be greatly appreciated. And don't forget to hit that little notification bell. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. And I hope you try this recipe, because it makes a very good loaf of Italian bread. Thank you.